Hey guys, all right, so I'm going to go over some background information on Hamlet. There's a lot of things that happen before the play even starts. So I want to make sure that you understand what is happening and who all of the people are before we start reading it. My advice to you is that you take these notes that I'm putting on the board and you write them down, because as we are reading and as we're having conversations about Hamlet, you need to make sure that you understand how everyone is interacting within the play. Okay, there's going to be a lot of notes. If you miss something, that's okay, because I'm going to upload this video and you can replay it as you need it. Okay, so here we go. Our setting is Denmark. Okay, our setting is Denmark. Now, everything's going to happen within this country. Okay, and everything is going to happen within our castle, and its name is Elsinore. That is the name of the castle. So when you hear Elsinore, you're going to know that's the name of the castle. Okay, so here we go. In Denmark, at the castle, we have King Hamlet, okay? King Hamlet is married to Queen Gertrude, okay? So we have King Hamlet is married to Queen Gertrude. Now, they have a son. Their son's name is Hamlet. Okay? Don't let this trip you up. Just go with it for now. So this is their son. Okay? Now, King Hamlet has a brother. His brother is Claudius. They are brothers. Okay? Now, Claudius does not have any of his own children. Okay? He does not have any children at all. Now, he does have a man that works for him. And the man that works for him, his name is Polonius. Okay? So I'm going to put Polonius down and to the side like this. Okay? And I'm going to say works for, okay? And his name is Polonius. Now, Polonius's official title is Lord Chamberlain. The way that we would think about it today is his personal assistant. Okay, he is personal assistant to Claudius. So Polonius, Lord Chamberlain. Now, Polonius has 2 kids of his own. He does not have a wife. We never see a wife. We never hear about a wife, but he does have 2 children, okay? And I'm going to put his children directly underneath him. He has a son. His son's name is Laertes. He has a daughter. The daughter, Daughther, her name is Ophelia. Okay? Now, we have Polonius, Polonius, who has 2 children. He has Laertes, which is his son, and then he has Ophelia, which is his daughter. Okay? Now, so we have this setup. Before the play even begins, all right, King Hamlet has died. He's gone. So King Hamlet is dead. We will now refer to him as Ghost. All right? His name is now Ghost. So whenever you see Ghost within the play, it goes back to King Hamlet. All right? Now, because King Hamlet is dead, Queen Gertrude needs to be remarried. She remarries Claudius. All right? So now they are married. So Queen Gertrude is now married to her brother-in-law. They are not brother and sister. Her brother-in-law, Claudius. So when we hear king from now on, it is referring to King Claudius. Okay? King Claudius. All right? So now Claudius is Hamlet's uncle and his stepdad. And his mom is now his aunt and his mom. That's kind of weird, huh? All right. This marriage happens less than 2 months after his father dies. Okay. This is going to cause Hamlet a lot of issues. He's not going to be happy about what he hears and that his mom is all of a sudden remarried and going through this honeymoon phase with his uncle 2 months after his dad has died. Okay? Keep that in the back of your mind. Now, there is another relationship in this. We have Ophelia. Ophelia and Hamlet have a thing. They're dating per se. They're more like sharing love letters. They have feelings for each other, all of those things, but not necessarily exclusive out in the open, or they're not even like arranged to be married. They really couldn't be married because her father just works for the king. And a prince, because he's a prince, would never actually marry a commoner. Okay, and that's what she is. She's a commoner. Okay, she's just a normal, everyday person. Okay, so I'm gonna put dating, but understand you take that with a grain of salt. Don't just, assume that they're going to get married or anything like that. Okay, now we have a handful of side characters that you need to know. Those handful of side characters are, we have 3 soldiers. All right, our 3 soldiers are Francisco, Bernardo, and Marcellus. Okay, Francisco, let me move out of your way, Bernardo, and Marcellus. Those are our 3 soldiers. Then we have one trusted friend to Hamlet. He only has one person that he trusts in this entire thing. Okay? His trusted friend, and I'm going to put trusted friend, is Horatio. Okay? Horatio. That's the only person Hamlet trusts. Okay? And he is a friend from school. All right? Because Hamlet has come home from Wittenberg, which is where he goes to school, like a boarding school. Horatio goes to Wittenberg too. Horatio has come into town to help support Hamlet through the death of his father and the marriage of his uncle to his mother. Okay? So this is his only trusted friend. Now, we're going to have 2 other friends that come into play, but they are people that Hamlet hasn't associated with since he was like 5 or 6 years old. And so he is really suspicious of these 2 people, and he should be. He has He's well within his rights to be suspicious of these two people. Now, the two people that he is suspicious of, and I'm going to put friends in quotation marks, okay? But they're more like frenemies. All right? Friends. It is Rosencrantz, and Guildenstern. And what I will put here is I will draw, how do I want to do this? Trusted friend. These friends to Hamlet are not trusted. Okay? They are not trusted. All right. Now, there's one itty bitty little side plot. Okay? And they are foil characters to Hamlet. And we're going to talk about foil characters and all of those things going forward. I'm going to put it up here on the side. All right. It's a lot of information, but I got to fit it into a little tiny spot. So you need to listen to me. Okay? Because I can't put everything up there. Our side plot. Okay. Side plot. Now, we won't actually like go to this place. We won't actually do a whole lot with it. They will refer to Fortinbras. They will talk about Fortinbras, but they won't actually go to Fortinbras. Okay? Give me just a second. I'm going to pause. I'm going to view. Okay. So, side plot is we have Fortinbras. Now, our side plot is, I said, we weren't going to hear a lot about, but it's going to be significant enough that we need to know about it. So our side plot takes place in Norway. All right? And it starts with King Fortinbras. All right? So we have King Fortinbras. Now, all of this has taken place prior to the play starting. This is why Hamlet can be so confusing for some, is because they don't get this background information prior to starting it. So King Fortinbras is killed by King Hamlet. Okay? He's killed by King Hamlet. And as a result, because they were in battle, as a result of King Fortinbras being killed by King Hamlet, he loses a bunch of land. We're going to see this pop up later, okay? So I will just put up here, loses land, okay? So as a result, he loses land. Now, he has a son. They refer to him as young Fortinbras. Now, young Fortinbras was born when his father was killed, but he wasn't old enough at the time to take the throne and be responsible. He was just a small child. So he could not take the throne. So his uncle, a lot like here, his uncle is going to take over Norway and kind of take care of everything and be in charge. But he knows that when young Fortinbras is of age, it's going to go to Norway. Or Norway is going to go to young Fortinbras. Okay? So we have young Fortinbras. We have Uncle Fortinbras. Now, Uncle Fortinbras, let's fast forward to present day. Uncle Fortinbras is dying. He is bedridden. They refer to him as being a leper. So he has leprosy. He can't do a whole lot. Young Fortinbras, present day, is now old enough to take over Norway. He's starting to stretch his wings a little bit. He's starting to want to regain that land that his father lost. Okay? So he wants the land back. Uncle Fortinbras is dying. He's bedridden. And because he's dying and bedridden, young Fortinbras is going to take advantage of that and do a lot of things that Uncle Fortinbras is not okay with. So this is where the story starts, okay? What you need to know is at the very beginning, you're going to see Francisco, Bernardo, and Marcellus guarding Elsinore. And they're talking about somebody threatening attack. Well, that somebody is young Fortinbras, because young Fortinbras wants his father's land back that he lost. And everyone knows that a kingdom is at its weakest point when they're in transition. And right now they're in transition because they have lost their king. They have gained a new king. And so they're still adjusting. And Claudius is adjusting to becoming king. He is not a good king, okay? He likes to drink. He likes to party. He's generally intoxicated. And so young Fortinbras is exploiting that idea, and he is threatening attack if they don't surrender the land that his father had lost to King Hamlet. So we have our guards out at the guard towers. They are waiting. They're watching. They're doing all of these things. They're kind of going through shift change when the story first starts. And that's where we begin. Hamlet, okay? I know this is a lot. You write it how it makes sense to you. I don't care how you write it, just as long as you understand what it is that's happening, all right? But I would write it down because you don't have 17 minutes to go through and listen to me explain it again every time you need to refer back to something. So write it down, okay? You have questions? Let me know.